Welcome to today's broadcast of Lumberjack Baseball here on KOFE 1240, your home for Lumberjack Sports. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors and hope that you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now, without further delay, we're going to take you to the field where Tim Parrish is going to bring you the pregame show and the play-by-play. Enjoy the game and go Lumberjacks!
And welcome, Lumberjack fans. Tim Parrish here in Orofino, Idaho, as your St. Mary's Lumberjack boys baseball team set to take on the Maniacs in league action today. Doubleheader at the beautiful fields here in Orofino. Been a couple of years since I've been up here, and it's nice to be back in this beautiful Clearwater River Valley, and it's a pretty, well, it's a hit-or-miss kind of day, I think. We might see a little bit of a different type of weather systems all day long. Not 100% sure. Right now it's partly cloudy, 45 degrees, and a light wind out of the west, and the field is in great condition, as it usually is here in Orofino. It's always a pleasure to come up and call games here on the Maniacs field, as we started to call it the Blue Giant, as a few years back they put up plywood all around the outfield fence. They painted it blue in Maniac colors, and from then on we kind of called it the Blue Giant out there. But anyways, Lumberjacks here for a doubleheader, boys and girls. The girls are playing up at the softball fields, I think at the elementary school is where it's at. And then we got the boys down here for baseball action, and both teams out warming up right now. We've only got a little bit of time for our pregame, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with the Potlatch No. 1 Federal Credit Union pregame here on KOFE.
When life throws you a curveball, your P1SDU debit account can help keep you moving. P1SDU Perks, powered by Bazing, offers great features like money-saving discounts, cell phone protection, roadside assistance, and cash back. This card saves you money. Does your debit card do that? P1SDU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938. Only available with P1SDU preferred debit accounts. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
With Stage 1 and 2 of the sports complex nearly complete, the Lumberjack Booster Club thanks Archie's IGA, Shift and Grind, and the St. Mary's community for their fundraising efforts and continued support in making this sports complex come to life. The next stage will be the sprinkler system. The Booster Club is looking for new members. If you have kids in high school or soon entering high school, now is the time to get involved with the Booster Club. For more information on how you can help with the sports complex or questions about becoming a member, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-582-1802 or by email at golumberjacks@gmail.com. And as always, go Lumberjacks!
And we are back. Tim Parrish here at the Orofino Maniacs baseball field here in Orofino, as your Lumberjack boys getting set to take on the Maniacs in league action. First league action of the season. And talking about the league, the 2A Central Idaho League, take a look at the standings. The Lumberjack boys come into the game with a 2-4 record. They are currently listed as 8th in the power rankings. They lost to Timberlake 10-0 last Thursday. Grangeville, they have a 5-7 record on the season. They're 11th in the power rankings. They have been at the Glens Ferry tournament yesterday and today. And Orofino, they are coming into the game with a 6-3 record. The Idaho Sports showed a tie, but I think I found out today that was not a tie, and I think Asotin Washington beat them. So I think they have a 6-3 record. They are currently 10th in the power rankings. They beat Genesee, the Bulldogs, 6-5. I think it was, well, this last week. I don't remember 100% which day it was. Looking at those power rankings for idahosports.com, Nampa Christian is sitting at number 1. Marcine is number 2. Declo number 3. Firth is number 4. And North Fremont at number 5. The coaches poll, a little bit different. You've got Nampa Christian still at number 1. But Orofino is sitting at number 2 in the coaches poll. Declo number 3. Firth number 4. And Melba number 5. We'll take a quick break. And, well, we'll just go ahead and keep it right here. A little bit of team stats for the Lumberjacks. These off of the Max Preps. I don't know how accurate they are. I'm pretty sure they're pretty close. Lumberjacks is a team batting just 167 on the season. They've played at just 9 runs in their 5 games. 16 hits, 7 RBIs. They have 1 double, no triples, and no home runs. The fielding percentage not too bad for the Lumberjacks, 957. According to the stats, they only had 1 error on the season. Again, I don't know how accurate they are. ERA, the earned run average for the pitching is 7, 25 strikeouts from the pitchers, and 26 walks. So you kind of want that number to be flipped and actually probably a bit more separated. Obviously, you want more strikeouts than walks. 9 hit by pitch as well. On the pitching mound, Wyatt Holmes has been leading the team so far. His earned run average is 1.31. He's pitched 5.1 innings. Just 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 11 strikeouts, 3 walks, 1 hit batter, and 23 batters faced. So not a bad start to the season for Wyatt Holmes. And Wyatt Holmes actually also leads in the batting category. 429 is his batting average, 7 at-bats, 1 run, 3 hits, 1 RBI. He has not walked, and he has just 1 strikeout on the season. Lumberjacks, they started the season with 2 wins, then a doubleheader that was in Priest River, but they've lost the last 4 games, and they've been not doubleheaders. I think they lost 2 against Bonners Ferry, and then they lost to, I think it was like Lake City JV, if I'm correct, and then they lost to Timberlake. So Lumberjacks are looking to bounce back, and they're looking to bounce back against a league foe, an important game today in Orofino. The Maniacs, like I said, they are leading the Central Idaho League in the win-loss record. They haven't played any league games, but in overall record, they are leading that. Today will be the first league game in the Central Idaho League for 2A. Both teams going to be wanting to show the rest of the Central Idaho League, which is just Grangeville at the moment. Next year that will change as Priest River and Kellogg moving down to the 2A ranks, that they're not going to be a pushover. So both teams wanted to come out and prove a little something today. The Lumberjacks, like I said, lost to Timberlake on Thursday, 10-0. In St. Mary's, in that game, the Jacks had just 3 hits. They struck out 12 times. And on defense, they played pretty well. The fielding percentage was .957. It showed 1 error in that game. Again, those stats, I don't know how accurate. The struggles seem to be on the batting side and the pitching for St. Mary's in that one. The batting percentage for St. Mary's, or average, was .143. Pitching as a team, the Lumberjacks had an ERA of 10.43. Taking a look at the Maniacs, they have that 6-3 record, I do believe. And actually, that game that showed up as a tie was Colfax, and I don't think it was a tie. Maybe it was. The batting average for the Maniacs, a bit better than St. Mary's at .255. They have plated 75 runs on 59 hits, 53 RBIs that showed for the Maniacs, 10 doubles, 3 triples. Did not have any fielding stats available on Max Preps for the Maniacs. Their ERA is 3.93. They have the earned run average. They have 4 strikeouts, 56 walks, and 15 hit by pitch. They are coached by Dylan Midstoke. Leading batter for the Maniacs, Slade Snedden, with a .357 batting average. 4 runs, 5 hits, 4 RBIs, 2 doubles, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk for him. In the pitching side, Dash Barlow has the best ERA, 1.24, 9 strikeouts, 5 walks, 2 earned runs, 13 hits, and he has faced 53 batters. So that's a look at the pregame. I just went ahead and ran right through it as we're getting close to game time. We got about 5 minutes. We're going to take a quick break here, word from our sponsors, and we'll be back.
Some people select their grocery items with an eye on every cent they spend. Some people don't. But if you don't happen to be a millionaire, you'll appreciate Archie's IGA. At Archie's IGA, prices are always lower. You might even say significantly lower. Archie's quality and selection is consistently better, and and put them together, and you get a greater satisfaction in meats, produce, baked goods, and all the rest. Find out for yourself the difference shopping at Archie's IGA makes. Do it today. That's Archie's IGA, your hometown proud grocer.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau Insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life, plus they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
When was the last time you had great Mexican food? I mean, really great. Has it been a while? Well, grab the kids and head to Casa de Oro for dinner tonight. Casa de Oro has fantastic burritos, tacos, and chimneys, not to mention fajita and shrimp dishes. Little Johnny doesn't like Mexican food? Well, don't worry. Casa de Oro also has the American menu as well. Dinner and lunch a la fresca. Great service and margaritas with a kick. Casa de Oro, it's what's happening for dinner tonight. Casa de Oro on Golf Course Drive in St. Mary's.
And we are back, Tim Parrish, here at Lumberjack Field, at Orofino Maniac Field. Just about getting ready to go here. The coaches met up with the umpires and take a look at the lineups here for the Lumberjacks. Leading off will be Trace Wicks. In the hole, or on deck, will be Tyler Olson. In the hole will be Wyatt Holmes. Defensively for the Maniacs, well, we're going to have a national anthem, I do believe. See if I can get through this real quick. On the mound, it's going to be Drew Hanna. It'll be Silas Naranjo at home plate, Dash Barlow at first, Bodie Howell at second, Steve Bradbury at third, Easton Schneider at short, Loudon Cochran in right, Nick Drobish center, and Emmett Lilly at third base. And we're just waiting. Everybody ready for the national anthem? And we are back as they did the, it was the Pledge of Allegiance, not the national anthem today. So I said on the mound for the Maniacs will be Drew Hanna, and his pitching stats, give you a quick look at those pitching stats. I didn't put his ERA down on here. I think it was a 4.20. And he had 6 appearances, 11 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned runs, 7 walks, 12 strikeouts, 1 hit by pitch. He's faced 58 batters and pitched 12 innings. I thought I wrote down his ERA, but I didn't. I think his was 4.20, unless that was one of the Lumberjack guys. So I do apologize for that. I thought that was one of the St. Mary's guys. So I don't know what Drew Hanna's ERA was, and I didn't bring those stats with me. But anyways, that gave you some of the numbers for him. And for leadoff batter for St. Mary's, it is Trace Wicks. He has a 0.077 average, 13 at-bats, 3 runs, 1 hit, 1 RBI. For Wicks, he is a junior. He has walked twice, struck out 5 times on the season. He is a junior. And then on deck, like I said, Tyler Olson, a sophomore. His batting average, .333 on the season. 12 at-bats, 1 run, 4 hits, 2 RBIs for him, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. So that is the top 2 guys as far as the lineup is concerned. As the Maniacs doing some warm-up out there, getting their first couple of pitches in. Once again, it's going to be an interesting day to see what the weather does for us. It's partly cloudy, a little breezy, and there's some pretty nice sun that's coming through, though, and the clouds are pretty broken, so it's actually might not be too bad of a day. I was actually kind of worried yesterday because it said there was a 50% chance of snow showers here today, and I came down, bundled up pretty good, brought my little buddy heater for putting inside of my pop-up, and don't know if I'm going to need it. So Wick steps to the plate, waiting for the first pitch from Barlow. Takes a swing at the first pitch, hits it up the middle. It's going to be scooped up by the second baseman, and it'll be a quick ground out. But quick start there as far as the bats are considered, as Wicks was able to get the bat on the ball, but the second baseman was able to scoop it up and throw it to first in time. And that'll be out number one, as it was a Cody Howell to Dash Barlow for the Maniacs on defense. That'll bring up Tyler Olson. He takes the swing at the first pitch, fouls that one back for strike one. The Lumberjacks come out swinging. First two pitches and two swings on those pitches. Hannah's next pitch is a grounder, chopped down to the second baseman once again. He scoots over to his left and is able to get that one between first and second, and it's another quick ground out for the Lumberjacks. That one was a chopper, and Maniacs able to scoop it up and get it in time, as it was a fairly routine play. Bodie Howell to Dash Barlow once again. So quickly, 2 outs for the Lumberjacks. That'll bring up Wyatt Holmes. Dylan Larson on deck for the Lumberjacks. First pitch is going to be a strike. Wyatt Holmes batting .429 on the season, plate appearances, 7 at-bats, 1 run on 3 hits, 1 RBI. He has struck out once. Next pitch, he's going to take a hack at, and he's going to get a piece of it, fouls it back. It'll be strike 2. 0-2 count to Wyatt Holmes. Lumberjack baseball on 1240 KOFE. We are here in Orofino. Hannah sets up on the mound, gets ready for the next pitch. It's on the way. That one a little bit high. Nice size by Holmes. Holmes just a sophomore. Pretty good baseball player. He's played a lot of baseball through his life so far. That pitch low and maybe outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes now as Wyatt works the pitch count back closer to his favor. Evens it up. Drew Hannett looks into his catcher. That's Naranjo. Shakes off the first signal, says yes. The next one sets up the pitch on the way. Inside corner, strike 3, and that will retire the sides. Caught him looking on that one. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for the Lumberjacks going into the bottom of the first inning. No score. And it'll be Silas Naranjo leading off for the Maniacs when we return.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care, so you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
It's time to reimagine the off-road experience because Yamaha has reimagined the side-by-side. Available in either 2 or 4-seat models, the Wolverine RMAX 1000 lineup features a 999cc parallel twin-engine, aggressive tires, and an automotive-style cabin. Select models include adjustable suspension, optimized power delivery, and an integrated Yamaha Adventure Pro navigation system, and much more. Find your Wolverine RMAX 1000 at St. Mary's Son Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com. It's time to get out there and realize your adventure with a Yamaha.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff, and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
And we are back as Wyatt Holmes warms up on the mound for the Lumberjacks. He will be pitching to start this game off with Tyler Olson will be behind home plate. Sean Elliott over at first. Dylan Holder at second. Shortstop, Trace Wicks. Dylan Larson at third. Riley Abel in right. Milo Marsh in center. Sean Hunter in left field for St. Mary's. Leading off for the Maniacs is Silas Naranjo, the catcher. Silas Naranjo, 308 batting average, 28-6 at bat, 6 runs, 8 hits, 7 RBIs, 3 doubles and a triple for him. He has walked 11 times, struck out once, and been hit by pitch. Struck out 3 times, been hit by pitch once. On deck for the Maniacs will be Bodie Howell. In the hole will be Dash Barlow. Holmes steps to the rubber. Gets his first signals from Olson. The pitch on the way. That's a ground ball. It's going to be cut off by the pitcher, and that's Elliott Elliott tries to flip it up to Holmes, and Lumberjacks start off with an error, not the way they want to start the game. Runner on the bag for the Maniacs. Now we're getting a courtesy runner for Naranjo. Aiden Olive, courtesy running. Naranjo, the catcher. So lead off on with an error by the Lumberjacks. First pitch is a ball, and they're going to steal down to second is Olive. Batting is Bodie Howell. Bodie Howell has a .333 batting average. He's got 5 runs, 9 hits, 7 RBIs, and a double on the season. He has struck out 4 times and walked 4 times. Holmes takes a look over to second base now as Olive takes the lead. That pitch is a ball. I think it's 2 balls, no strikes. Bodie Howell. No outs, runner on second for the Maniacs. Holmes gets his signal, sets up, takes a look to second base. Checks second once again. Now he's going to spin. They're going to throw it over to second, and Olive will get there in time. Keeping Olive honest over there at second base. Holmes again checking. Pitch on the way. High inside. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to Howell. Holmes gets his signals. Sets up, takes a look over at Olive on second. Pitch on the way. That one's going to be a called strike. Of course, being up in the count, you're going to take that pitch. 3 balls and a strike now to Howell. No out, runner on second for Orofino. Early game, bottom of the second. That's going to be a swing and a foul ball. Strike 2, runs the count full now. So got that count more in a favorable position for Holmes. So full count pitch. Holmes takes a look over to second base. Looks again now. Sets the pitch on the way. That one is going to leave it high in the zone. Ball 4. And we got runners at first and second with no outs for the Maniacs. It'll bring up number 9, Dash Barlow, batting .226 on the season. On deck is Bradbury. And Barlow has 4 runs on 7 hits, 10 RBIs. Barlow, a lefty. First pitch, he's going to take a big swing, strike 1. Lumberjacks looking for their first out. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Maniacs have runners on first and second with no outs. Holmes looks. Now he's going to spin, throws over to second. Faces Olive back over. Olive does get back in time. Holmes resets on the mound. Looks, takes the pitch on the way. That one's going to be up high. 1 ball, 1 strike to Barlow. Holmes again checks second. Sets up. And I think they just called a balk. So that advances both runners now to second and third. So 2 runners in scoring position now, no outs. 1 ball, 1 strike. That pitch misses. Must have been outside, maybe a little high. 2 balls and a strike now to Barlow. Stretch the pitch on the way. That one misses almost in that same location. Outside, maybe a little high. Ball 3. Next pitch coming on the way. That one right down the pipe, and it's called strike 2. I think Barlow's ready to toss the bat, looking for that ball 4, and looked like it was right down the middle pitch for a full count now. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Lumberjacks get their first out of the inning. So they've still got 2 outs to get, and they got runners in scoring position for the Maniacs. Stephen Bradbury steps to the plate, batting .312 on the season. First pitch going to be a called strike 1. On deck is Drobish for the Maniacs. Next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. So now Wyatt Holmes has got Bradbury where he wants him, down in the count by a 0-2 count. Bradbury's next pitch, swing and a miss, and strike 3. And Lumberjacks are looking to get out of a jam here, as now they've got 2 outs, runners on second and third. See if Wyatt Holmes can get this out here and keep any runs from coming across. It'll be Nick Drobish. Batting .211 on the season. First pitch is ball 1. He has 12 runs, 4 hits, 1 RBI, 1 double, 5 walks, 10 strikeouts. That pitch up high as well. 2 balls, no strikes to Drobish. On deck will be Drew Hanna, the pitcher for the Maniacs. In the hole, Emmett Lilly. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to be foul tip for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike to Drobish. Once again, bottom of the first inning. 2 outs, runners on second and third for the Maniacs. Holmes looking for his signals from Tyler Olson behind home plate. Gets it, sets, the stretch, the pitch on the way. Swing and a foul tip once again runs the count to even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Holmes gets his signals. The stretch, the pitch on the way. Looked like definitely a different type of pitch from White. It was not a very fast pitch, but it had some movement to it. Got Drobish to swing at. He had to reach. He did get a piece of it. So he fouls that one off. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stretch the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and the Lumberjacks dig themselves out of a little bit of a hole. There was no runs on no hits, 1 error, 2 left on base. So great work on the mound for Holmes to get the Lumberjacks out of that jam with 2 runners in scoring position. And going into the top of the second inning, leading off will be Dylan Larson for the Lumberjacks. We'll be back.
Is your rig's check engine light on? Idling a little rough? Time for an oil change. Maybe you need tires. Stop by Jim's Auto Repair and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto Repair can take care of your automotive needs fast. If you have a dead battery, Jim's Auto Repair and Tire Pros can set you up with a great AC Delco battery. Did we mention tires? Jim's Auto Repair is an authorized Tire Pros dealer and can get you a great deal on tires for your rig. Locations in St. Mary's and Plummer. Jim's Auto and 95 Tires. Give them a call, 208-686-0425, 208-686-0425, or stop by today. Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, You can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet, to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware to the plate to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
And we are back. Dylan Larson leading off for the Lumberjacks here, batting in the number 4 slot. Dylan Larson, 333 on the season. First pitch, fouls it back for strike 1. No runs for Larson, 2 hits, 1 RBI. He has struck out twice, no walks, and hit by pitch once. Next pitch, that one looked like it might have been dropping across the plate low, but it's going to be a called strike 2. On deck for Lumberjacks, Sean Elliott. Next pitch on the way by Hanna. Takes a swing. It's a little booper that's down the third baseline, and I'm going to call it an error, as it was a slow chopper down the third base line. Third baseman Stephen Bradbury didn't field it cleanly. So Larson gets safe to first. And quick little pickoff attempt from Hanna to Barlow. Sean Elliott has a 167 batting average on the season. First pitch is a swing and a miss, strike 1. Elliott with 6 at-bats, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, 1 walk. He's going to foul the next pitch off for strike 2. Elliott has struck out 3 times with 1 walk. On deck is Milo Marsh. Next pitch. Next pitch was a swing and a miss for strike 3. So 1 out for Lumberjacks. Runner on first. Milo Marsh with a 167 batting average steps to the plate. On deck will be Dylan Holder. Hanna looks in, gets the signals. The pitch on the way. Marsh looking to bunt, and that's going to be missed in strike 1. Just over the top of the bat. League action here. Central Idaho League. Lumberjacks taking on the Maniacs. Hanna sets up, takes a look first. He's going to throw it over there. Gets Larson right back over to the bag. Safe. Larson gets a little bit of a lead there. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to be up high. 1 ball, 1 strike to Marsh. Sun comes back out. Hanna gets set. That pitch going to miss for ball 2. Took a minute for him to call that one, but he calls it ball 2. 2 balls and a strike now to Marsh. Hanna throwing from, I think, the set is what they call it. He sets up on the mound now. Pitch on the way. Marsh takes a swing at that one, fouls that one up over the net. Makes it 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Marsh. Marsh way up front in the batter's box, waiting for the next pitch from Hanna. He takes a look over to first base. The pitch on the way. Oh, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that's going to be 2 outs for the Lumberjacks. That will bring up Dylan Holder, the junior. Holder batting just 0.077 on the season. 1 run, 1 hit. He has 9 strikeouts on the year. On deck will be Riley Abel. First pitch is a big swing and a miss. Strike 1 for Dylan Holder. Hanna takes a look to first, sets up, the pitch on the way. And that's going to be dinked out into center field. That's going to be in the gap. Center fielder able to keep it to a single for Holder, but it does get Larson, who's got some wheels, over to third base and puts him into scoring position. So a nice hit there by Dylan Larson right up the middle on that line drive. Nick Drobish just barely able to get over to it, not let it get past him. So Riley Abel to the plate for the Lumberjacks with 2 outs. He's 125 on the season. No RBIs. Now's a good time to get one. First pitch, though, is going to be a called strike. On deck for the Lumberjacks, Sean Hunter. Next pitch, swings at that one, misses strike 2. So runners at the corners. Lumberjacks a chance to go ahead early here. But Abel down 2 strikes, no balls. Hannah sets up. 0-2 pitch on the way. That one's going to miss outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Abel. Next pitch on the way. Runner's taken off. That's going to be kind of blooped up. Could it be trouble? It is. It's going to be no. Oh, it's dropped. It's going to be an error on Emmett Lilly as he tried to underhand that ball from coming up from left field, and it rolled out of his glove, and it's going to not. Yes, it did bring the run across. Runners at the corners once again for the Lumberjacks. That'll bring up Sean Hunter, and then we'll back to the top of the order to Trace Wicks. First pitch going to be a strike 1. Sean Hunter batting just .071 on the season. He's got 1 run, 1 hit, and he's going to poke that one right to the the first baseman on the ground. And it's going to be the 3rd out. But the Lumberjacks do come up with a run. 1 run on 1 hit. There was 2 errors on the Maniacs. And Lumberjacks left 2 on base. So going into the bottom of the 2nd inning, St. Mary's with a 1-0 lead over the Maniacs will be back. It'll be Drew Hanna leading off when we return.
Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses. And most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
At Good Neighbor Pharmacy, we're committed to being your good neighbor.
Good Neighbor Pharmacy is an independent network of over 3,000 pharmacies throughout the United States, giving us the buying power to compete with the chain stores.
We'll fill your prescription quickly and safely, and you're supporting a locally owned pharmacy.
Your copays are the same wherever you go. Why not come and visit your locally owned pharmacy professionals?
Jack's Pharmacy is your Good Neighbor Pharmacy here in St. Mary's. Come in and say hi. Jack's Pharmacy.
And we are back going into the top of the 3rd inning. Lumberjacks with a 1-0 lead as this game is early on. Lumberjacks were able to score on a Maniac error as it was a little pop-up that was hit out to left field. And the left fielder for the Maniacs, which is Emmett Lilly, no, it's Loudon Cochran, he had the ball right into his glove, but it rolled out. So Lumberjacks with a 1-run lead. Leading off for the Maniacs will be Drew Hanna, the pitcher. He's got a batting average of 154. He's got, let's see here, he's got 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 RBIs, no doubles, no triples, no home runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts on the season. Holmes has 22 pitches so far in the game. First pitch, inside corner, strike 1 to Drew Hanna. Holmes starting to kind of fill his groove, it seems like. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to be swung on. It's popped up. It's into foul territory. And the Lumberjacks get the catch for the out as Hanna pops up and Sean Elliott is there for that catch. So the Lumberjacks retire the leadoff batter. That'll bring up Emmett Lilly. First pitch to him, strike one called. Lilly shows a batting average of 0, 8 plate appearances, 5 at-bats, 4 runs for him, 1 RBI, 3 walks, and a strikeout. Next pitch is going to be a called strike 2. So Lilly quickly down 0-2 in the count to Wyatt Holmes. On deck is Easton Snyder. Next pitch on the way. Going to swing at that one. Fouls it backwards. Count remains 0-2 now to Lilly. Holmes looking, gets a signal, says yes to what it was from Olson. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to be down in the dirt. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Holmes. Or to Lilly. Holmes is on the mound. Holmes gets the signals. The stretch. The pitch on the way. And he's going to drop third strike. Lilly forgot to run on that one as that one got behind Olson. And that's a second out for the Maniacs, though. As Lilly didn't realize it was a drop third strike, it was too late once they got it to him to remind him to run on that one. It'll be Loudon Cochran for the Maniacs with 2 outs. Nobody on. 235 is his batting average. Or no, it's not Loudon Cochran, right? It's Schneider. Easton Schneider. Cochran is on deck. Schneider has a 241 batting average. First pitch is ball 1. Schneider has 11 runs on 7 hits and 3 RBIs. 4 walks and 4 strikeouts for him. Second pitch is ball 2. So 2-0 count. Next pitch, that one's going to be fouled, strike 1. Got a piece of it. Looked like it might have bounced off his shin or his calf. That ball just went about 10 feet from the batter's box. Olson didn't know where it went. The umpire tracked it down, and Olson was apologizing to him. Next pitch from Holmes on the way. That's going to be blooped up to the outfield. Sean Elliott's going to make the call and the catch for out number 3 on a little infield fly. And Lumberjacks will retire the Maniacs. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for Orofino. Going into the bottom of the 3rd inning, Lumberjacks lead 1-0 here in Game 1 from Orofino. Leading off for Lumberjacks, top of the order, it'll be Trace Wicks at the plate when we return.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Idaho for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back. Leading off for the Lumberjacks. Top of the order, it is Trace Wicks. He grounded out to the second baseman in his first at bat. On deck, it is Tyler Olson. In the hole, Wyatt Holmes. Going to have to give Earl a hard time for that one here for the Maniacs. The announcer, he just called Trace Wicks Tracy Wicks. That pitch is going to be up high, ball 1. I'm sure Trace will hear that for the rest of the day from his teammates. Next pitch, that one's going to be popped up and foul. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Wicks. Had to kind of duck because I can't see where that ball was going to come down at. Landed behind me somewhere. Hannah sets up the pitch on the way, and that's swung on. It's going to be popped up out into left field area. And coming over from the second base slot to make the catch is going to be Bodie Howell. And it's a pop fly out for Trace Wicks. That one was just hit way up in the air. That'll bring up Tyler Olson, who grounded out as well to the shortstop. On deck is Wyatt Holmes for the Lumberjacks. First pitch for Olson is left up high. Ball 1 to Olson. In the hole for the Lumberjacks, Dylan Larson. Next pitch. Swing and a miss at a good one. Strike 1. Looked like a fastball. It came across a little high. Might have been a ball that he held up on, but it was too good to let go by. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch on the way. That one is high for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Olson. 33 pitches now for Hannah. Next pitch on the way. He's going to take a healthy cut at that one. He evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Olson. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the third inning, Lumberjacks lead 1-0 over the Maniacs. Next pitch from Hannah on the way. That one is up high. Runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Quick stat line. We've got 1 hit for Lumberjacks, 1 error, and 2 left on base. The Maniacs have no hits, 2 errors, and 2 left on base. Olson's going to poke that one out to left field, but it's going to be just a fly out as Emmett Lilly able to catch that one out in left field for the second out of the inning. So with 2 down, nobody on, that brings up Wyatt Holmes, who struck out looking in his first at bat. Lumberjacks have nobody on. Hannah looking in, gets his signals from Naranjo. First pitch, going to take a big, healthy swing at that. Misses, though, strike 1. Nice-looking pitch from Hannah. Looked like a fastball. Hannah looks in, gets his signal. Looked like he said yes. Now he sets up the pitch on the way. Low and outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Holmes. Hannah gets his, looking for the right call from Naranjo. Sets up, pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch from Hannah, and it makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes to Holmes. Holmes has to recover now. Now he's got to protect the plate. 1-2 pitch on the way. Inside, I believe. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Going to have to get a message out to one of the Lumberjack moms for softball and get an update on that. Next pitch on the way. Strike. They're going to catch him looking once again as Holmes goes down looking at that one. And that will be 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Into the top of the 4th inning, or actually I think the bottom of the 4th. It's going to be St. Mary's leading 1-0 over the Maniacs. We'll be back.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades, and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and Lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years' experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benoit, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that, too, with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
And we are back at the bottom of the order for the Maniacs. It's Loudon Cochran. 235 batting average on the season. He's got 6 runs on 4 hits, 4 RBIs, And he has a triple on the season, 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. So he's been pretty efficient. And he is the bottom of the order for the Maniacs. He'll be back at the top after Cochran finishes his at-bat. And that first pitch is going to be a called strike 1. Bottom of the third inning. That pitch is going to be high. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Holmes, the pitch on the way. That one gets away from him, way up high on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nice stop by Tyler Olson. Wouldn't have mattered, nobody was on, but still. He elevated from his catcher spot to get that ball in his glove. 2-1 count. It's going to be a called strike as Cochran watches that one go by. Kind of shook his head afterwards, wishing he would have swung at it. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cochran. No outs, nobody on yet. Bottom of the third. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Cochran will go down swinging. That'll bring the top of the order. Silas Naranjo. He's the catcher. He reached on an error for the Maniacs. He's going to get some quick instruction from his coach real quick. Little game plan or strategy action going on there. Gives me a chance to take a drink out of my Red Bull infused from Shift and Grind in St. Mary's. I had to grab that bad boy before I left town. Get me woke up after I had to get up so early this morning. First pitch is over the head there, up high. Ball 1 to Naranjo. He is a little bit of the shorter stature, so it does offer a smaller strike zone, a little bit harder to pitch to. So 1 ball, no strikes to Naranjo. 1 out and nobody on. Next pitch is on the way from Holmes. That one just barely high. That one was up around chest level. 2 balls, no strikes. Once again, you get those shorter frame guys, and it's a little bit harder to hit that strike zone sometimes. 2-0 count. Next pitch on the way. That one trying to make an adjustment for it is too low, so 3 balls, no strikes to Naranjo. So Naranjo's got him right where he wants him as far as pitch count. 3 balls, no strikes. Nobody on, but 1 out. On deck, Bodie Howell in the hole. Dash Barlow for the Maniacs. Next pitch on the way from Holmes. That one's going to be left up high, so that'll walk Naranjo over to first. And they'll bring out Bodie Howell. We're going to get a courtesy runner. That is Aiden Olive once again. Maniacs had 2 runners in scoring position at the bottom of the first inning. The Lumberjacks able to battle out of it, though, and get out of that rough stretch, and St. Mary's has the lead 1-0. Holmes takes a look to first. A little bit of a lead from Olive. Going to throw it down to first anyways, as Olive is back in time. Keeping Olive honest over there at first. He's not taking a big lead, about 5 feet maybe. First pitch to Bodie Howell. Must have missed either outside, maybe a little bit low. It's ball 1. On deck is Dash Barlow. Bodie Howell walked his first at bat. Next pitch on the way. Runners taken off. It's going to be ball 2. The throw is not going to be in time. The ball came off of the helmet of Olive. That ball popped right off of his head. What they wear the helmets for. 2 balls, no strikes to Howell. Runner now at second base. That's the tying run in scoring position. 1 out for the Maniacs. Bodie Howell waiting for his next pitch. Holmes checking second base as Olive takes the lead off. That pitch going to come across low for ball 3. And I think that ball got away from the catcher as Aiden Olive heads over to third. I'm going to call it a passed ball. The runner in scoring position on third base with 1 out 3 balls, no strikes to Howell. That one's going to be a called strike one as Howell takes that pitch down the middle. Holmes, the stretch, the pitch on the way. That one's going to be down in the dirt. So struck out the first one, but 2 walks since then. Runners at the corners with 1 down. Dash Barlow struck out swinging in his first at bat. He's a lefty. Tyler Olson giving the first and third defensive call here to his outfield. Runners take their leads. See if Lumberjacks can get out of this jam as well. One big deep pop fly, though, even if it's an out, can still bring in the tying run. First pitch. Oh, they're going to maybe get the defensive action going here. Oh, the ball gets away. It's an error on the throw, I think, from Elliott, as it was a little bit low, so everybody's going to be safe, and the run comes across. So runner at second. That pitch to Dash Barlow, ball 1. Tie ball game. Again, that ball short, ball 1. That was a wild pitch because it came up short of the plate, and that's going to advance Howell over to third. So the go-ahead run for the Maniacs sits at third base. Next pitch, ball 3. So Holmes having a little bit of trouble here in this part of the inning. 3 balls, no strikes to Barlow. Next pitch on the way, and that one is left up high as well. So 3 straight walks for Holmes. He needs to settle himself down a little bit and get himself gathered in. That'll bring up Derek Bradbury, struck out swinging in his first at bat. Nick Drobish on deck. In the hole is Drew Hanna. Holmes' first pitch. That looked like a good pitch. It's going to be a ball 1, though. I don't know if it was inside or outside, but height-wise, from my position, looked pretty good. I'm just sitting to the right of home plate, so I've got a pretty good view of it, but I'm not an umpire, so next pitch from Holmes on the way. Nope, he's going to fake the throw. Chases the runners back. Resets after the fake. Now the pitch. They're going to get the throw. Not really a pickoff attempt. And I'm not sure what the pitch was. A ball. That looked like a good pitch, too, but it's going to be a ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Bradbury. 3 straight walks by Holmes, though. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 1. I think maybe he got a little piece of it, but it's even if it's a foul ball, it's still a strike at this point. So 2 balls and a strike now to Bradbury. Holmes tries to settle himself down. Next pitch. That's going to be hit, and it's going to be hit into center. Coming up to make the catch is Marsh, and everybody will be held up where they are. Nobody able to tag up. Nice hard-hit fly ball, but that's all it ended up being was a fly out to center field. Milo Marsh makes the catch for St. Mary's, and it's batter got over to second, though. Barlow's on second base. So 2 outs now. Lumberjacks can hopefully keep this at a 1-1 game. Nick Drobish swings at the first pitch as it's a strike 1, and Drobish struck out swinging his first at bat. Next pitch from Holmes on the way. That one's going to be down low. Nice stop there. Wasn't down low like dangerous to get past Holmes or Olson, but still a good stop by Tyler Olson. 1 ball, 1 strike to Drobish. Next pitch on the way. That one is going to be a line drive into left, and it's going to be a one-hopper to Riley Abel, and it's going to bring in the run. Or did it bring in two? Yeah, it actually brought in 2 runs on the RBI single by Nick Drobish. Kind of a medium hit line drive. Took a one-hopper in front of Riley Abel. And it's just enough to bring both runs across. So the Maniacs take the lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the third. That brings up Drew Hanna, who is 0 for 1, flew out in foul territory, as that was Elliott that made that catch. And that throw to second is not going to be in time, getting the stolen base, as that throw came up just a little bit short. Nick Drobish slides safely to second. Drew Hanna will take that first pitch as ball 1. Each team with 1 hit, each team with 2 errors. That is going to be a line drive in the center field. That's going to drop. Milo Marsh able to track it down. Are they going to get the run off it? Yes, they will. So a base hit RBI single for Drew Hanna, as that was a line drive out in center field. And we've got a courtesy runner for the pitcher. And it's coming in as Slade Snedden. So that'll bring up Emmett Lilly with 2 outs. 4 runs across here in the bottom of the third for the Maniacs. Emmett Lilly dropped third. He did not reach on that drop third. Pickoff attempt to first was not in time, as Snedden slides back, gets his jersey dirty. Holmes takes a look over to first. Lilly patiently waits for his first pitch. On the way. It's going to be a ball 1. As comes in a little bit low. Going to get a passed ball there. Probably should have just been a stolen base, honestly, because I think he would have made it. But in any case, it's 1 ball, no strikes. Snedden advances over to second base for the Maniacs. Holmes takes a look over to Snedden. That pitch is going to be a strike 1 called to Lilly. Holmes, next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Kind of curious here. Holmes has 5 strikeouts, 4 walks. Next pitch, though, is ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Lilly. 2-2 pitch as Holmes checks second. The pitch now on the way. Took him a second to call that one. It must have been a little bit too far inside. Ball 3, runs the count full. Holmes looks in, gets his signals from Olsen, sets up, looks over to second, throwing from the set now, and that one's going to be left high for ball 4. 5 walks, 5 strikeouts now for Holmes. That'll bring up Easton Schneider batting in that number 8 slot. He flew out to the first baseman his first at bat. Runners at first and second. Holmes takes a look to second base. The Maniacs lead 4-1, bottom of the third. That pitch looked good level-wise, but it's going to be called ball 1. I think it might have been inside. Holmes checks the runners. Next pitch on the way, and it's a nice one. It's swung on. It's a blooper. Shortstop Trace Wicks there to make the catch to retire the sides on the fly out to the shortstop, and we are going to have a 4-run, 2-hit, 1 error, 2 left on base inning for the Maniacs, and the Maniacs take the lead 4-1 over the Lumberjacks going into the top of the 4th inning. It'll be the third baseman Dylan Larson leading off, Sean Elliott on deck, Milo Marsh in the hole when we return.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With 6 professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
Are your friends and family tired of sleeping with Fido when they visit? Maybe Fido's tired of sleeping with them. Either way, the Pines Motel is there to save the day. With large, spacious rooms, comfortable beds, and even a mini fridge, Fido may get jealous. Save the floor for Fido and call Kevin of the Pines Motel at 245-2545. That's the Pines Motel in St. Mary's. I'm sure your friends and family would appreciate it, and so would Fido.
And we are back. It'll be Dylan Larson leading off, reached on an error in his first at bat. Drew Hanna continues on the mound with 41 total pitches. And Hanna has 4 strikeouts, no walks. Going to be a ball 1 on the first pitch, though, to Larson. Dylan Larson, senior for the Lumberjacks. That pitch down low. 2 balls, no strikes to Larson. Hanna says no to the first call. Yes to the next signal. Now the pitch on the way. That looked like a good pitch. It is a called strike 1. Two balls and a strike to Larson. The stretch, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He was aiming for the fence on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Larson. Two pitch. That's on the way. Oh, that one was going to be a ball. And it's going to end up being a drop third strike. And he's going to be tagged out by the catcher. That'll bring up Sean Elliott, who struck out swinging in his first at-bat. First pitch is swung on. It might be trouble. It gets past the catcher. Elliott's going to not beat the throw. It was close, but couldn't quite get there. That ball grounded right just past the pitcher. He couldn't quite grab a hold of it. It's a good thing the pitcher didn't actually slow it down because it might have been trouble, but it was a really close play at first, and the throw barely beats him out. Brings up Milo Marsh, struck out swinging his first at bat, takes the first pitch strike from Drew Hanna. Wind kicking up a little bit. Next pitch on the way. That's going to be a ground ball again right through the catcher's glove. The second baseman, though, there to dig it out for him on the backup side of things, and it's going to be a second to first put out, and I will retire the side. St. Mary's, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Going into the bottom of the fourth, St. Mary's trails 4-1 to the Maniacs, and leading off, it's the bottom of the order, Loudon Cochran, when we return. When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjacks!
There are 2 ways a home handyman can save money. First, you can build it, fix it, or remodel it yourself. Second, get your supplies at 10th Street Lumber. 10th Street Lumber is the place with 50 carloads of building supplies to choose from. Plywood, paneling, molding, fixtures, roofing, block and brick, hardware, power tools and paint, and a whole lot more. If you have a project in mind, see 10th Street Lumber. You don't even have to buy anything. But when you see their savings, you will. That's 10th Street Lumber in St. Mary's.
And we are back, bottom of the fourth inning. Lumberjacks trail 4-1 to the Maniacs. It's Loudon Cochran leading off in the bottom of the order for the Maniacs. He struck out swinging in his first at bat. It'll be the top of the order on deck with Silas Naranjo. Holmes looking, gets his signals, the stretch, the pitch. Swing and a hit, ground ball. Second baseman Holder there for the scoop and throw to first in time for the first out. I'll bring up Silas Naranjo, reached on an error and walked in his first two at-bats. On deck, Bodie Howell for the Maniacs. Update on softball from Rebecca Holder. 5-1, St. Mary's leads top of the 5 as what she believes the inning is. At the first pitch, Naranjo up high, ball 1. Next pitch from Holmes on the way. That looked good outside, I think, though. Ball 2. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to miss low. Ball 3. Holmes regroups a little bit. Back to the rubber. Next pitch on the way. That one way up high. 4 balls and a walk for Naranjo. Bodie Howell steps up. He's walked in his first 2 at bats. Naranjo going to get a courtesy runner, of course. That's going to be Aiden Olive. Get that courtesy runner out there. Bodie Howell, 2 walks for him. On deck is Barlow. Holmes takes a look to first, now back in. Now looks to first one more time. Set, the pitch on the way. Looked good again, but they must be missing outside or inside. Ball 1. I'm not directly behind home plate, so I don't have that perfect view, but level-wise, as far as belt level roughly or so, they seem to be right in that range, but they just must be missing the outside or inside of the plate. They're going to throw that next one as a strike. And the Aiden Olive gets the stolen base down to second. They tried to throw down out there. Again, it comes up a little bit short. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Bodie Howell. 1 out. Bottom of the 4th, St. Mary's trails 4-1. That is going to be hit hard out into right field. Drifting back to make the catch is Sean Hunter. I've got the guys switched as Sean Hunter is in right. I need to fix that if I can. I'll have to fix that, but that was I'm going to put it as a hit to left field since it was Hunter that made the catch. Oh, that is left field over there. This is right field. I'm getting things backwards right now. Left field, I've been calling left field right field all season, it looks like. Next pitch, let me see, we got 2 balls, no strikes. To Barlow, who struck out and walked in his first 2 at-bats. Another ball. Ball 3 to Barlow. Takes a look to second base. The pitch on the way. Ball 4. And that'll be a walk for Barlow. Runners on first and second with 2 down. Stephen Bradbury, he is 0 for 2. Strikeout swinging and a fly out for him. On deck will be Nick Drobish, the center fielder. First pitch is going to be a line drive out into center field. It'll be scooped up by Marsh, and one run will. No, they're going to go ahead and try to throw it in. It's not going to be there in time. And the run will score on the single. Runners at first and second now is Bradbury at first, Barlow at second. Nick Drobish to the plate, a strikeout swinging and a single for him. 5-1 is the score. First pitch going to be a swing and a miss, strike one to Drobish. On deck will be the pitcher, Drew Hanna, for the Maniacs. Next pitch on the way. Ground ball to the third baseman. He's going to get the scoop, the force out. That was the third out, so it didn't matter. On the ground out to third. Oh, wait, that's not a ground out. Hang on just a second. In play. I think that's going to be a fielder's choice. Force out at third. There we go. So that inning for the Maniacs, seen one run on one hit, no errors, two left on base. Into the top of the fifth, St. Mary's trails 5-1. We'll be back.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feeds and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. Triple X Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Mary's, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturdays. Triple X Feeds, a proud Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsor.
And we are back. It'll be Dylan Holder leading off for the Lumberjacks. First pitch going to miss for ball one. Holder hit a single out towards center field in his first at bat. So first pitch, ball one. On deck is Riley Abel. Next pitch, ground ball out to the third baseman. It's going to be a little chopper down to that third baseman and Steve Bradbury, and he's going to get to throw to first in time for the out. So one out for the Lumberjacks, nobody on. Top of the fifth inning, that'll bring up Riley Abel. Reached on an error his first at bat. First pitch comes across up high for ball one. On deck, bottom of the order, Sean Hunter. Next pitch on the way, a swing and a foul ball, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Abel. Good pitch to take a cut at. Looked like he was kind of second-guess swinging at that one, though, because the swing didn't seem as strong as you'd think. Next pitch. That one is swung on. It's popped up. And it's going to be missed by Naranjo. He misplays that of the fielding error as that thing was hit way up. And I'm going to call that an error on the Maniacs. A hard pop-up. And that'll put Abel on first with an error. Second time reaching on an error for Abel. Brings up the bottom of the order for St. Mary's, Sean Hunter with 1 out, runner on first. Anna takes a look over to first base. Sets up now. The pitch on the way. A big swing by Hunter, strike one. Nice pitch to swing at by Hunter. Just swung, I think, right over the top of it. On deck, Trace Wicks, top of the order. Next pitch. Ooh, nice looking pitch. Called strike over the plate. 0-2 count now to Hunter. Got to protect. And get the pickoff attempt over to first. Not in time. Abel dives back over to the bag. Now Hannah set. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss on a nice pitch again from Hannah. Strike 3. Six strikeouts for Hannah. And apparently it's Tracy Wicks coming to the plate for the Lumberjacks. I have to give her a hard time, like I said earlier about that one. Wicks, a ground out and a fly out. Swings at the first one, fouls it back. Strike 1. That one ends up in the stands and almost catches a couple of fans up there, but they dive out of the way. Hannah checks with his catcher. Abel takes his lead. 0-1 count to Wicks. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to be up high. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch on the way. That one looked good, but again, it must have been outside. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Tyler Olson on deck for St. Mary's. Hannah looks in, gets his signals, checks first. Now the pitch. Ball 3. That one misses. I think it was high. 3 balls and a strike now for Trace Wicks as he's looking to get on base any way he can, of course. 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. That was a nice pitch by Hannah. And it's going to be full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first for St. Mary's. Lumberjacks have recorded 1 hit and 1 run. And that's going to be ball 4. So Wicks gets on base, gets Abel over to second into scoring position. 2 outs. That'll bring up Tyler Olson. On deck is Wyatt Holmes. If Lumberjacks can get a 2-out rally going here. Waiting for the first pitch. Hannah checks the bags. Now he's going to look in, gets a signal, looks back out. Now the pitch inside, maybe a tad high. Ball 1 to Olson. Hannah is up to 64 pitches on the game. Next pitch from Hannah on the way. Again, either inside or maybe a tad high. 2 balls, no strikes now. Looking at the pitch counts, Wyatt Holmes has 83 pitches, 65 for Hannah. Hannah's next pitch on the way. Low inside, ball 3, as now Hannah here in the top of the 5th having a little bit of control issues. 3 balls, no strikes. Next pitch on the way. That one's up high, bases loaded, 2 outs. Wyatt Holmes, he's the leading batter for the Lumberjacks, so if he any time to find the bat or find a hit right now would be a good time for him. 2 outs and for the Lumberjacks with the bases loaded. The coach for the Maniacs is going to come out and have a little talk with Hannah real quick. Try to get his confidence back up. You start to walk some guys and you lose a little bit of that focus because you're starting to feel like you're messing up. So coach goes out, gives him a quick calm down speech, throw some strikes, let's go. Let your defense work behind you. Holmes batting .429 on the season, though. This is, like I said, a prime time for the leading batter on the team to make some good contact. And he's going to hit that. Oh, it's right to the catch. Oh, the pitcher, and it's going to be an error as well. The pitcher mishandles it. 2 runs come across, and Holmes is in safe, as is Abel, or not Holmes, Wicks and Abel come across. In play. I'm going to call it an error on the pitcher, as the pitcher scooped it or got it off the 1 hop, and he was trying to head towards first base. Before he could get the throw to first, he tripped and fell, and it gave plenty of time for everybody to be safe and 2 runs to come across. The Lumberjacks cut it to a 5-3 lead. Going to get a courtesy runner for, not sure who that is yet, once I see a number. So we've got a 2-strike count to Dylan Larson now. Still can't see who that is. It's the courtesy runner. Oh, swing and a miss. Strike 3. That will retire the sides. Looks like Trey Gibson, the courtesy runner, supposed to brought him up from JV for today's game. In any case, it was a productive inning there for the Lumberjacks, though they did get 2 runs. There was no hits, there was 2 errors, and there was 2 left on base for the St. Mary's. It is the Maniacs still leading 5-3 into the bottom of the 5th, and it will be leading off. Bottom of the order, kind of middle to the bottom. Drew Hanna leading off when we return.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you, and they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
And we are back. We have a pitching change for the Lumberjacks. It looks like it's Dylan Larson. Wyatt Holmes goes over to third base. And that's where Dylan Larson was. So that's the only change there. Give you a quick update. Dylan Larson, I didn't really write down his stats. He hasn't done a lot of pitching on this season. He's, in the past, been a fairly strong pitcher for the Lumberjacks, but I think his ERA was like 20, as he had 1 inning pitched, I think, earlier in the year. So it's going to be kind of a real first look at him here in the bottom of the 5th, as Holmes had 83 pitches. So the first batter to face Larson will be Drew Hanna, as Larson is taking some warm-up pitches real quick, and that's going to give us a little bit more time. Some events coming up tomorrow, actually, is the Fireman's Pancake Breakfast tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the St. Mary's Fire Station, 308 West Jefferson Avenue. It's a pancake breakfast, pancake, sausage, eggs, coffee, milk, and juice, $6 adults, $5 for children. It helps support the St. Mary's Firemen's Association Benevolence Fund. So be sure to go get some breakfast from the fire department tomorrow. It's always tasty. There's always lots and lots of food. So be sure to go over there and check it out. So once again, a reset. Drew Hanna batting for the for the Maniacs. Emmett Lilly on deck. Pitching now for St. Mary's is going to be Dylan Larson. That first pitch misses outside for ball number 1. Quick little recap here. 3 runs for St. Mary's on 1 hit, 2 errors, 4 left on base. Maniacs, 5 runs, 3 hits, 4 errors that they have had, and 6 left on base for Orofino. That next pitch is going to be called a foul ball. He makes contact with it, but it rolled out of play for foul ball, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Drew Hanna. That pitch swung on, and that one's going to be fouled off as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Drew Hanna. Larson has him where he wants him. See if he can complete it here. That one's going to be up high. So Wyatt Holmes had 5 strikeouts in his pitching. That next one is a ball as well. So 3 balls. It's a full 3 balls, 2 strikes now. See if Larson don't want to let him off the hook. Get that strikeout. Next pitch on the way. Foul ball. Count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Drew Hanna is at 71 pitches. See how much longer they leave him in. The pitch count is just over 100, I think, so 110 or something like that. That pitch is just outside ball 4. So a little bit of a battle there going on between the two, and Larson ends up letting them off the hook with a walk. Looks like the Maniacs do have somebody warming up. Emmett Lilly will step to the plate now. He reached on it, or no, he was out on a drop third and he walked in his last at bat. On deck will be Easton Schneider, unless there's been any changes in the lineup. That first pitch is going to be low for ball 1. And an error there on Olson as he throws that over the head, but actually not going to be an error because Hannah did not take advantage of it in advance. So the throw to first, because Hannah almost got caught in the middle there, almost got caught out, and then the throw to first was way over his head. So they do get a courtesy runner for Hannah now. Slade Snedden. He came in a courtesy run for him earlier. They probably didn't get him in before the pitching took place. 1 ball, 2 strike, or 1 ball, no strikes to Lily. No outs. Runner on first. Larson takes a look to first base. Now he's going to throw it. It's going to be, that was a nice throw down at the, I thought it was almost going to hit the dirt and get past him as it was low, but a nice snag by Elliott to keep that ball in his glove. Next pitch to Lily. He's going to square around to bunt. He got a piece of it, foul for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, no outs. Orofino leads 5-3, top of the 5th, or bottom of the 5th inning. Stretch pitch. That's going to be up high. Get a nice throw to first, or get a nice throw down to third, but just beating out the throw is Snedden. It was a really close play. Nice throw by Tyler Olson. So runner at second for the Maniacs. 2 balls, 1 strike to Lily. Larson takes a look over to second. Runner now takes his lead. Got a pretty nice lead off of second base over there as he's stretching it out further. Pitch on the way. Low and outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Nice stop there by Olson. Behind, it's brother pitching to brother. That's pretty cool, actually. Larson gets his signals from Larson. The stretch, the pitch. Squares around the bunt. He lays the bunt down. Can he get the throw in time for the out? And he does. Little sacrifice bunt there by Lily. That did advance Snedden over to third base. That's only 1 out, though, so it does put their runner into scoring position. Easton Snyder now steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts, 1 to shortstop, 1 to first base, I think was who made that catch. So Larson looks in, gets his signal. Takes a look to third. It's going to be a called strike 1. Wasn't 100% sure. Thought it might be low, but it wasn't. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to be ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Schneider. 1 out, runner on third for Orofino. They lead 5-3, bottom of the 5th. That was a nice looking off-speed pitch, but it just misses. 2 balls and a strike to Schneider. Next pitch on the way. He's going to take a swing at that one. Strike 2. Again, that breeze picking up. Little gusts here and there. It's a pretty nice day, actually, so far. Larson takes a look to third. Next pitch. That one looked good. Looked like that off speed, that little changeup or something again, but that one missed as well. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Pitch on the way. That one's going to be popped up. And Tyler Olson makes the catch at home plate. See if Lumberjacks can get out of this one without allowing a run. They've got a runner in scoring position due the Maniacs. It'll be Loudon Cochran, bottom of the order. A strikeout swinging and a ground out for him. Olson looks in, gets his signals from Olson. Next pitch on the way, a swing and a miss. Strike 1. I don't know why, I just like saying Olson to Olson. Gets his signal, takes a look to third base. The pitch on the way. That one is hit, and it's hit foul. So the count now 0-2 in favor of Larson. Larson sets. The pitch on the way. That one's going to be up high. Try to get him to bite at something. Ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch from Olson. That one is going to be hit up. And it is way out of play. Foul ball. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch on the way. That one looked good. Maybe low, maybe outside. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Larson gets his signal. Or no. Yeah, Dylan Larson. Oh, that was barely... Well, maybe that was a foul. I didn't catch what that was. I thought it... Okay. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. And actually, I'm wrong there. It's Larson to Olson. I do apologize. That was at ball 4. So runners at the corners. So I have to... Okay. I have to take that back as it's not Olson to Olson. It's Larson to Olson. I got Tyler Olson's brother is Zach Olson. He graduated a couple of years ago. Only took me about 6 times of saying it before I realized my error. Runners at the corners for the Maniacs. Strike called. Throw down to third was not in time. It was a nice attempt. It was very close play, really, at third base. Trying to see where our outfield umpire is. I don't think we're working with one umpire. We had seen another one earlier. I don't know. Anyways. That's going to be fouled off. Strike 2. Oh, 2 count to Naranjo, who has reached on an error and walked twice, so he's been on base all 3 times. Going to ring him up on a called strike 3, and that will retire the sides, and the Lumberjacks hold the Maniacs from scoring as it's 5-3. Lumberjacks trail. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. Going into the top of the 6th inning, St. Mary's trails 5-3, and it will be leading off. Middle of the order, Sean Elliott will be back.
When life throws you a curveball, your P1SDU debit account can help keep you moving. P1SDU Perks, powered by Bazing, offers great features like money-saving discounts, cell phone protection, roadside assistance, and cash back. This card saves you money. Does your debit card do that? P1SDU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938. Only available with P1SDU preferred debit accounts. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch. Breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's. And we're back. We have the final from the girls' first game of the day. Lumberjack girls softball takes the win in Game 1, 5-1 over the Maniacs. The Lumberjacks have a 1-0 league record to start the league play. Sean Elliott leads off for the Lumberjacks. Strikeout and a ground out for him. On deck is Milo Marsh, the center fielder. First pitch is going to be swung on. Ground ball to the first baseman. The flip to the pitcher, and it's going to be an out. Nice play there by the Maniacs on defense. For out number 1. Brings up Milo Marsh, a strikeout swinging, and a ground out. On deck is Dylan Holder. And his first pitch to Marsh. It was low for ball 1. Boy, that cloud cover came in. The wind picked up. It got
A little chilly all of a sudden. Next pitch, low and outside. That'll be ball 2 to Marsh. One out, 2-0 count to Marsh. Nobody on. That's a line drive right to the pitcher. Hanna is able to scoop that one. This time he almost lost his footing on that mound again, but he gets the throw this time to first. Two outs. Nobody on. Dylan Holder steps to the plate. On deck, Riley Abel. Hanna actually has pitched fairly well. 27 first pitch is going to be a swing and a miss, strike one. He has 76 total pitches, 51 strikes, 25 balls, so not bad for Drew Hanna. He did have a period there where he walked a couple, and that was what gave St. Mary's 2 runs in that last inning. Another big swing by Holder as he's now down 0-2 in the count. Stretch. That one's going to be ball 1 as that one was in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Holder. Once again, Lumberjack girls won 5-1 over the Maniacs today. Oh, a swing at that next one. Kind of an off-speed pitch. Nice-looking pitch by Hanna, and it's going to be strike 3, and that will retire the sides. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for the Lumberjacks. Bottom of the 6th inning coming up. It'll be in the number 2 slot, Bodie Howell at bat, Dash Barlow on deck, and Dylan Larson pitching for the Lumberjacks when we return.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? You need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home, shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
And we are back. Another event coming up in St. Mary's, the St. Mary's Chamber of Commerce Spring Fling. They'll be honoring 208 Bakery and Espresso for the Business of the Year, American Legion Post 25 for the Organization of the Year, and Jim Schubert for the Person of the Year. It'll be held at the Elks Lodge Friday, April the 29th, social hour 5 o'clock, dinner and auction at 6. It is $25 per person. You can get tickets at Blue Goose and Shift and Grind. Or you can call 208-245-3563. That's the St. Mary's Chamber of Commerce Spring Fling on April the 29th. Leading off, Bodie Howell for the Maniacs. 2 walks and a fly out for him, so he's 0 for 3. Larson is the first time he's pitched to him. A little bit of snow coming down. Now first pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Either snow or that grapple. It might be more of the grapple, a little bit of ice. Not a lot, just a little. Next pitch from Larson. Ooh, inside, I have to imagine. I couldn't quite tell from my angle, but it's ball 2 to Howell. Next pitch. That's a called strike. 2 balls and a strike now to Bodie Howell. Next pitch. That one's going to be up high. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike now to Howell. Larson has a total of 32 pitches. 17 balls and 15 strikes. Next pitch. That's a line drive into right field. It'll be booted for a second, and that's going to be a single with an error on the extra base. So we got the in play there. A hit single out to right field, left field. And then Howell gets over on the error as left fielder booted that ball for a moment. That was Sean Hunter out there. Fairly even with the errors for both teams. I have Orofino with 4, St. Mary's with 3. That'll bring up Barlow with a runner on first and second on no outs. I have a Strikeout and 2 walks for Barlow, and he swings at the first pitch, strike 1. Barlow, a lefty. I think the only lefty I've seen in the lineup for the Maniacs. St. Mary's, I think, only has one in their lineup, too. That's a ground. Woo, a smoking hit right back to Dylan Larson. Larson, geez, I don't know how he caught that thing or how he even registered that fast, but holy moly, that was a hard hit. Line drive right back at Dylan Larson on the mound, and it was caught by Larson. And the runner held at third. They almost had him, but Larson, I think he was kind of shocked he caught that. Threw it right over the head of that. That is a ground ball to the third baseman, and Wyatt Holmes misses the routine on the air. Oh, but they do get the out at third, I do believe. So we do get 1 run across. Going to get a hit single there. He's going to go home. He reached on an error. Well, there was an error there, and I'm going to that. But then they get him tagged out over there at third. So they got an out at third. Nobody on now for the Maniacs. We had an error, but then a throw that was actually wide, and it was almost another error, but the runner tried to go back to third, and he had already overshot the base, and they got the throw to Holmes at the time, so they got an out. So we had an error, but then a good play. So the Lumberjacks have 2 outs. 1 run did score. And we've got 4 balls on 4 pitches to Drobish, so that'll send him over to first. And we are at Drew Hanna batting in the 6th slot for the Maniacs. A flyout, a single, and a walk for him. 1 run across here in the bottom of the 6th for the Maniacs. They lead 6-3. That pitch is down in the dirt. Wild pitch there. Advances the runner over to third, or second. That's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's going to be a chopper ground ball. It's going to be Larson to Elliott, and they get the out over at first on the ground out. So they retire the sides. And the Maniacs, though, do come up with 1 run on 2 hits. There were 2 errors and 1 left on base for the Maniacs. It's going to be 6-3 into the top of the 7th. St. Mary's needs to come up with 3 runs here in the top of the 7th to extend this game. We'll see what can happen when we come back. It will be bottom of the order, Riley Abel leading off.
With Stage 1 and 2 of the sports complex nearly complete, the Lumberjack Booster Club thanks Archie's IGA, Shift and Grind, and the St. Mary's community for their fundraising efforts and continued support in making this sports complex come to life. The next stage will be the sprinkler system. The Booster Club is looking for new members. If you have kids in high school or soon entering high school, now is the time to get involved with the Booster Club. For more information on how you can help with the sports complex or questions about becoming a member, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-582-1802 or by email at golumberjacks@gmail.com. And as always, go Lumberjacks!
Some people select their grocery items with an eye on every cent they spend. Some people don't. But if you don't happen to be a millionaire, you'll appreciate Archie's IGA. At Archie's IGA, prices are always lower. You might even say significantly lower. Archie's quality and selection is consistently better, and put them together and you get a greater satisfaction in meats, produce, baked goods, and all the rest. Find out for yourself the difference shopping at Archie's IGA makes. Do it today. That's Archie's IGA, your hometown proud grocer.
And we are back. Leading off for Lumberjacks in the number 8 slot is Riley Abel. First pitch going to be ball 1. And it is Drew Hanna still continuing on the mound with 80 pitches. That's a nice fastball, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck for the Lumberjacks is Hunter, Sean Hunter. And Riley Abel has reached on 2 errors in this one. That's inside. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Hannah sets the wind up and the pitch. That is going to be blooped out into down the first base line, and I wasn't sure if Barlow was going to be able to play that cleanly from first base, but he does. Track that down and was able to catch it for the first out. That'll bring up Sean Hunter, then back to the top of the order. 5th inning, Hannah had a little bit of an issue as he walked a few in that inning, but he's since regained his composure. Lumberjacks scored 2 runs in that inning. But like I said, Hannah has regained himself and pitching pretty good once again. Ball 1, though, to Sean Hunter. That's a called strike. Looked like a fastball down the middle. I thought it was going to be a strike. The only way it would have missed if it was inside or outside, of course. On deck is Wicks, top of the order. That one's down low. 2 balls and a strike now to Sean Hunter. Nobody on, 1 out. Top of the 7th inning. Lumberjacks need 3 runs to keep this thing going. That's going to be blooped up to the shortstop. And it's a fly out. So quickly 2 down for the Lumberjacks. And they'd had to have a 2-out rally earlier, so let's see what they can do here. They've got Trace Wicks up to bat, or as Earl keeps calling him, Tracy Wicks. In between games, I'm going to go up and tell Earl that it is Trace, not Tracy. First pitch is up high. We've got a ground out, a fly out, and a walk for Wicks. Top of the order for the Lumberjacks. So let's see if they can get something going here. They do have 2 outs. Next pitch on the way. Outside corner, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss on that next one. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Orofino 1 strike away and 1 out away from going 1-0 in the beginning of league play. That one gets wild in dirt ball. No, not in the dirt, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Wicks. Hannah looks in, gets signal pitch on the way. That one bounces off the plate. 4 ball, 3 runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And stretch. The pitch. Watches that one go by. Strike 3. And that will retire the sides and in the game as the Maniacs come away with a 6-3 win in game 1 of the matchup. Quick recap, as it was fairly even. It was actually a good game. Pitching struggled a little bit for St. Mary's in a couple of moments, and that kind of gave Orofino a little bit of an advantage. St. Mary's finishes up with 3 runs on 1 hit. There was 4 Lumberjack errors and 4 left on base for St. Mary's. The Maniacs finished up with 6 runs, 5 hits. They had 4 errors as well, and 9 left on base for the Maniacs. The scoring, it was St. Mary's scored the first run in the 2nd inning. The Maniacs went ahead in the bottom of the 3rd by going up with by scoring 4 runs. In the bottom of the 4th, the Maniacs added 1 more run to make it a 5-1. And then in the top of the 5th, St. Mary's plated 2. That got it to 3-5. And then Orofino got an insurance run in the bottom of the 6th to make the 6-3. And then the top of the 7th, St. Mary's couldn't get anything going. So that's how we finished that one up. 6-3. Lumberjacks win it, or Lumberjacks fall to the Maniacs. Let's see here. The batting for Orofino. Bodie Howell was 500. Bradbury 500. Drobish 333. Hannah 333. The fielding percentage, 875 for Orofino. Pitching, going all the way, was Drew Hannah. He had 9 strikeouts, 2 walks, and allowed just 1 hit, and threw a total of 93 pitches. For St. Mary's, Dylan Holder batted 333. He was actually the only Lumberjack to get a hit. Lumberjacks' batting average as a team was only .038, so a rough one on that side of things. Fielding percentage, 852 for the Lumberjacks. And pitching, Wyatt Holmes will get the loss on this one. His ERA was 8.75. He had 5 strikeouts, 7 walks, 3 hits allowed, and 5 earned runs. I didn't think he had 5 earned runs, but that's what it puts it as. There was a couple of errors in that inning, so I don't know. Anyways, Dylan Larson came into relief. He had 3 walks and 1 strikeout in the game. So that's going to wrap up game number 1 here from Orofino. We're going to take a break probably for about a half an hour, and then we'll be back on the air with game number 2. I'm Tim Parrish from Orofino. The Lumberjacks boys fall 6-3. The girls won 5-1 over Orofino in softball. And like I said, we'll be back with game number 2 in about probably 20 minutes to a half an hour.
You've been listening to another production of Lumberjack Sports on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's, your Lumberjack Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We also want to thank our Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Until next time, same as always, go Lumberjacks!